So apparently I've been doing the Phantom Muzzpa wrong. I've seen the comments, hey buddy, happy new year. I just want to say from my experience, BOFA only Muzzpa is faster and less click intense than Magic Switch. Okay, we've got BOFA only Muzzpa is the play, Kite Hem in a giant diamond path, Thralls are also a huge help. Yeah, BOFA is king here, great video. And the fuck are those switches, brother? So in today's video, I'm going to be testing doing the range only method versus using the method I was using with range and magic. So this is the gear that I usually take to the Muzzpa when I have the range and magic loadout. So we've got the full crystal, the BOFA, assembler, we got a necklace of anguish, Barrow's gloves, and the ring of suffering. And for the mage switch, we just have good old Arums with the Saradomin cape, the ancient scepter, the ward, and then the eternal boots. Then the inventory for this loadout is I've got the dragon crossbow, a super ranging potion, a couple of prayer potions. Then I have the mage switch, which does take up quite a bit of inventory space, to be fair. A bunch of food, the runes in order to cast the spells, and an escape teleport. So this is how a basic kill would go. I'd wait to see what he starts out with, and since it's a mage or a melee form, we gotta switch out to the mage gear. Now the thing I do like about this method is you can freeze the boss and you will use pretty much no run energy, right? Because you'll regain it back by the time he switches forms. So this is very nice. Now it can be AFK during this phase, but throughout most of the fight, it is super click intensive because you have to constantly be switching prayers all the time and running around trying to switch gears, which you can actually miss on some hits here and there. Now, the other method that we're going to be using will be a lot more chill, but we'll just have to wait and see for that. The thing that I've really liked with using the range and mage method is once you kind of master it, you won't use many supplies at all, because the boss will most of the time be far away from you, right? Like it can get kind of close at times like this, especially if you splash a little bit with magic, but then you also have the blood barrage to heal you back up a little bit. But yeah, most of the time you'll stay full run energy and stay full health because you're just not going to be taking much damage if you do everything correctly. But you also have to switch like crazy, which you can miss out on hits from, and it is very click intensive. Right here we might get hit. As you can see, we splashed there, which this can be very bad. If you splash multiple times, you'll be taking a ton of damage, and it kind of defeats the purpose of this method, right? Because you're not going to be you're going to be just taking a lot of damage instead of actually freezing the boss. Now for the end form here, it should be relatively the same. You just want to obviously get him down with the smite and try and take as little damage as possible and never miss a prayer, or it could be end of the fight for you here. And the Muzzpa is dead. We used one piece of food and that took 4 minutes and 15 seconds. Kind of a slow kill, to be fair, but yeah, not too bad overall. Very click intensive though. Alright, range only method, the gear is exactly the same. The inventory is a little bit different though, so we obviously have the dragon crossbow, a ranging potion, some stamina potions. I bring three prayer potions, fill the rest of the inventory up with food, an escape teleport, book of the dead, and runes in order to cast the thralls. Alright, let's just give this a go and see what happens. So we can start this fight off, hopefully the same as normal. Okay, so he's in this form. So I guess we can still put on prey from melee here. We just gotta want to run around the room, drink a stamina potion. I guess we can spawn a thrall. We want to stay away from him as much as possible. Somebody said there's like a diamond shape that you can take. I'm not quite sure how to do that, but yeah, as you can see, it's gonna be a lot less I don't know if it's going to be less click intensive really though, because you're going to be running around the whole time, but it's going to be a little bit more brain dead anyways, which is nice. I don't have like a twisted bow or anything like that, but hopefully we can land in some hits here. Maybe there's like a diamond method that I'm supposed to be doing, but yeah, the thing I don't like about this is the range only method. You don't hit as well on the melee form, or yeah, on his melee form you don't hit as often, but the thrall is definitely doing some damage in here, which is nice obviously. And yeah, the rest of the fight should be pretty much the same, besides we're going to be using a lot more run energy. And as you can see, he's back to the melee form, so we got to kind of keep running around and not get hit, because that's the main thing. You don't want to get hit. But yeah, you can still land in some good damage. It is nice though to not have to switch all the gear all of the time. That is very frustrating. I might actually do this method. It seems a little bit more enjoyable. You can like try your best to avoid him, right? Which it does make it a lot easier if you can pretty much avoid all of his hits all the time. But it is definitely more of an enjoyable method, I would have to say. And it looks like, yeah, the same amount of food was used. We had like one of the manta rays used. We got the kill in 4 minutes and 10 seconds, which I believe is just a slight bit quicker than when we were doing both of the methods. I'm going to see if I can figure out this diamond method, and I will be right back. Alright, so I figured out the diamond method. You want to place these tile markers on these 4 spots right here. I don't know if it exactly matters, the spots themselves, but you basically want to attack the monster, run to the next tile when he's in his melee form. So let's just give this a go and see how much better this will be. So we're going to start by potting up, and I guess attack the monster, and then run to the next diamond. And he won't be able to hit us by the time we run to the next diamond. So you attack once, you move to the next diamond. Attack, move to the next diamond. Oh, this might be really good because he can never hit us now this way, which is great. So yeah, that already makes it a lot better than it was before. And then the range form will just be very easy. I can see why people said to do the only use the Bofa method only rather than switching, because this will make it like mindless rather than running like an idiot like I was before. Let's see if the diamond actually makes an effect, because I went on the wrong square there. No, it doesn't seem to matter. So the squares, as long as they're in a diamond shape, you should never have to worry about the Muzpa at all. Yeah, this is great, bro. You're not hitting an awful lot. The thing I don't like about this method is you don't seem to ever hit the boss a whole lot of the time with this, unless you maybe have like a twisted bow or something. But still pretty cool that I'm not getting hit at all with this monster. I can see the trips definitely being extended quite a bit now. Okay, he's back to his melee form. Let's see if this still works with all this stuff going on. Yeah, this is great. This diamond method is awesome. Besides, my one diamond tile is now has a spike on it. That shouldn't really matter too much, because you're always like a good amount away from the boss where it doesn't seem to matter. And now we can spawn another thrall back up. Yeah, this is cool, man. Not getting hit from the boss at all in this form. Whenever I did it before, I was like, I don't know why people like the Bofa method, because you just constantly have to run away from the boss, and you keep getting hit and whatever. But now it's just you don't take damage at all during that form, and yeah, you're not hitting a lot, but you're not taking any damage at all. And of course, you're gonna have to drink some staminas, drink some prayer potions, but very chill. Ooh, I just got hit by a spike, man. You gotta remember that the spikes are still here, and it kind of like messes up the diamond pattern a little bit. But yeah, as well, at least at the start of the fight, it works wonders for sure. I'm sure there's a way to make this better afterwards, but yeah, I still like it quite a bit. Seems to be there's only like one rotation where it kind of gets messed up, because by then you should have the boss to enough HP where you can just go to the final form no problem, right? And then yeah. Well, that is a Phantom Muzpa done with the diamond method. 444, I mean, you can't base every kill off of the time and stuff like that, right? It was my first time using this diamond method. Yeah, I really like it because you never really take any damage from the boss, like at all in that form, right? And you are running around, but it's in like a designated pattern, and it's still click intensive. Obviously, people were like making it out to me like you would take the click intensive out of it, right? Now I can't decide which one I like better, right? Because at least when you freeze him, he's frozen and you can kind of just AFK. Like with this method, you're going to be walking around the entire duration of the fight using a lot more run energy, but then you don't have to switch all of the time, which it is very annoying having to switch like all the gear all the time and stuff like that. We'll have to go ahead and see after a couple more kills if I do really like this. I will have to say though, not having to be on the ancient spellbook, having thralls is super handy, where this thrall will just be doing DPS to the boss the entire time regardless. So yeah, 100% I can see this extending trips to be quite a bit because you don't have all that inventory space being taken up by your, the mage gear and stuff like that. I do really like this method, but I don't know if I'm gonna fully switch over to doing this like full time when I kill this boss. I do enjoy switching gear. I don't know what it is, all made me like adapted to that, I guess, but I do like the method. I think it is very chill, and I will definitely do it sometimes when I'm feeling a little more lazy. Well, overall, I do like the method of doing only range Phantom Muspah. It's a lot, I would say, more chill, a little less click intensive, especially if you use the diamond method where you have them set up where you can run back and forth. But personally, I think I like the mage method better. I don't know what it is. I just hate hitting zeros like consistently all the time when I'm just using the range only. Maybe it's different if you say have the twisted bow or something like that. But for me personally, I just like being able to freeze the boss and sort of like AFK it a little bit like that. And I might even like start to use this diamond method a little bit when I'm actually killing the Phantom Muspah, the regular method I use with magic, right? Just to kind of like kite him around the arena, right? But yeah, I just like the mage method because you freeze him, and I've come adapted to like switching the gear and prayers and stuff like that all the time, that it's just more, it feels more natural for me to do it this way. I've almost killed the boss 500 times now using this method. And yeah, for sure the range method, the Bofa method only is a lot more chill, and I can see why people do like it a lot. But yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with using magic here as well. I don't know, it's just I've grown so accustomed to using magic over the time. But thank you guys so much for getting me to look up and research this method and trying it out for myself. And I will, like I said, use it from time to time when I'm just more of a lazy mood and wanting to just kind of like run around and kill the boss this way, right? It's around, for me anyways, I was getting similar kills and stuff like that per hour, kill times. So I didn't find it to be too much of a dramatic difference, right? If I was getting like a lot more kills an hour or something like that, it might be worth for me to switch over to that. But I was getting the same amount of kills. Now, sure, I was getting longer trips, just using the range only method, right? Because I was taking a lot less damage and stuff like that, using less supplies, having more inventory. But I personally just like using magic and range here myself. Now, you know, call me crazy if you want, but that's just kind of the way I've always liked to play the game. Kind of finding these like methods where it's maybe more click intensive than other ones to try and like get a little bit more better at the game, right? Like, the way I look at it is if I do this boss until I get all the drops from it, and I learn a lot more about switching items, gears, and prayer, it will help me in the future with like raids and stuff like that. And I think one thing I really want to tackle next is the Chambers of Xeric and learn how to do that solo. So yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching the video today. And yeah, hopefully you guys learned something. If you didn't know this method was maybe possible, or if there were two methods and whatever, you can kind of pick for yourself which one you want to use for yourself. But yeah, thank you guys, and I will catch you in the next video. See ya later.